My name's Jack. My business did between 35 and 40K in revenue last month and between 15 to 20K in net profit. Can I buy myself a watch? Just kidding. No founder distributions until 6 figures per month in revenue. Just kidding. Yeah, this is my May recap. I'm still kind of waking up here, so the reason I don't have the exact numbers is because we're still, it's the last day in May, so we're still finalizing all the accounting, but yeah, between 35 to 40K in revenue and between 15 to 20K in profit. If you guys have been here, you know that in my last video, I literally said, oh, we're going to do 6 figures in May. I'm an idiot. I'm not good at predictions at all. I'm not very financially savvy. I'm not really a numbers guy, I wouldn't say. It's definitely I never hit good predictions, ever. But still, regardless, this is our second biggest month ever, so there are certain things to be happy about, I suppose. We're definitely not even close to where I want us to be, but we're learning. So my business is a hockey production company called Puck Pro Media. We do videography, video editing, and promotional media services for hockey players, primarily hockey players looking to get recruited. So yeah, I have a simple service-based business niche. We have freelance contractors, 1 full-time employee, and then me, the CEO, the chief everything officer. It's funny, someone introduced me to, one of my guys introduced me to someone as, the CEO, and he's like, are you the CEO? I was like, call me the CEO is fucking generous, bro. You're not really even a CEO until you're doing, big numbers. What am I? I'm not the CEO. I'm just the founder. I don't even refer to myself as a CEO. Whatever. Tangent. I told you I'd be waking up here. Okay, so let's get into the lessons, right? I don't even know if these are lessons. This is just a recap. This is just a recap of May, what happened, how I'm feeling, what I'm kind of thinking through. Okay, so the main kind of theme that has been on my mind is just I've just been pressing myself. How do we move faster? How do we grow quicker? How do we work harder? How do we jam more inputs into this machine? And it's been challenging because I think the hard thing about you never really know what someone's day-to-day life looks like. So it's hard to compare workload. It's hard to compare work ethic. And I really find that uncomfortable because I like to think that I work hard. But then I'm like, what if the people out there that are doing better than me are working double as hard? And you never know because you don't live with that. Oh, if I spend 30 minutes on TikTok a day, that person's spending 5. Which I don't even spend 30 minutes of TikTok. I literally am so good with not scrolling. But I'm always concerned about wasting time. I'm always what if people are doing more than me? And the reason that concerns me is because that's fully in my control, right? So I hate that because you don't know. There's not cameras on people 24/7. So you just have to be really honest with yourself of how hard are you working? Are you putting your full attention and effort into this? Are you avoiding distractions? Are you really pushing to the level you can? And I can't answer that question. You never know. And I hate that so much. So that's one thing that I've really been are the reason that these people are doing better than me or moving faster than me, is it because they're working harder? Because then that's a direct reflection on me. That's the founder's fault. And I don't really have an answer to that, to be honest. But I have kind of found that there's a balance between building something big. It takes time. It's supposed to take time. But I'm also trying to be how can I maximize my inputs now with the leverage that I'm given today? Business always gets easier over time. So if you look at someone who built a $100 million company in 10 years, you could probably put in that same amount of work and do things mildly differently with today's technology, today's resources, and do it in 7 or 8 years, right? So I'm thinking how can I get ahead with the resources that I have now, and how can I make sure I'm doing everything possible to expedite my results? Because obviously it takes time, right? Andy Frisella talks about the success cake. I think that's what he calls it. But he says you have the ingredients in the cake, right? You have to follow the directions. But if you don't bake the cake for long enough, the cake doesn't come out right. So you can be doing everything right, but it's still going to take time to bake the cake. And I think that's such a good analogy. But I'm trying to make the best fucking cake ever and do it now. but you can't pull the cake out of the oven too soon. So it's just like I've been paying attention, especially with the content that I'm consuming, right? I've been really getting into Greg LaVecchia. That guy, he's new on YouTube. He's the founder of Bloom, and he kind of just started like posting about what he's done over the past 10 years, but it took him 10 years, right? So he's just now making content now. He's like, yeah, I'm 30. I've been doing this for a while, and I want to like, show what I've done and make it easier for entrepreneurs. But it's like, it still took 10 years. And like Bloom's going to do $500 million in revenue this year, but it took 10 years. So it's like, I'm over here at the start, not even halfway through year 3. I don't know. I think a lot of it comes down to time and compounding, but there's also so much that you can do today. So I'm trying to balance those two things with like keeping the long-term vision in mind and understanding that like it's gonna take time. Time's just a part of it, but how do I maximize what I'm doing now to speed up that cycle ideally? Right? And I don't really know the answer, but I do think that the one thing I kind of reflected on while I was away, which I went on vacation, right? Family vacation. We'll get into that for a little bit, right? Crazy. I don't know how I did that. It was very stressful for me. But the thing I kind of like realized is like we will grow as fast as I am able to delegate. Like it's gonna be directly proportionate. And I think this isn't just delegating to employees, right? Because if you have really strong word, this is kind of like an abstract idea, kind of like a tangent here. But if you have really strong word of mouth, you're delegating customer acquisition to your customers, right? So that's another thing I'm thinking about. Like, it's all just leverage, right? But you can consider it a form of delegation. So like, when I say we'll grow as fast as we're able to delegate, those are kind of different things. I'm thinking like, okay, I give this person more tasks. They're now doing what I'm doing. Now we have 2 people doing what I'm doing. That would obviously expedite our growth. But if we have a customer, so every customer we get brings us 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 customers, and that's how you really build something big. So yeah, I think that's the answer. I'm trying to work through that. My appointment setter, Dylan, who I hired back in February, who was just setting appointments now, the past couple weeks, I gave him like authority to like sell, like close deals if you can. Like I gave him kind of an SOP to not just like, let's stop just getting people on the phone with me. And if they want to buy, let them buy. And he made his first sale yesterday. So that was the first sale in the business that I have not actually talked to the person, which is huge. It's a good sign. I would like to do more of that. We also spun up an entire recruiting function that I don't even touch. I don't touch. It's just like when we decide that person's ready to hire, I talk to them, I approve them, and they're good. They get onboarded. So like I'm starting to get better at that whole thing. And at the end of the day, we just need to do more. Like, I really try to think over the time that I was away. Hold up, I'm going to be taking some coffee sips throughout this. I use the Elon frame, right? Like, if you had to achieve your 10-year goal in 6 months, what would you be doing? And I don't think what I would be doing would be drastically different than what I'm already doing, besides the fact I would deploy so much leverage to be able to do 1,000 times more of what we're doing. Right? We need 100 times more videographers. We need 1,000 times more customers. We need, customers. So like we would just need so much more infrastructure, and that, we really just need to do more of what we're already doing. Like I wake up every single day and I'm just like, all right, let's just do the same thing. And let's keep it going. Let's keep it like last year, dude, I was such a terrible operator last year. I look back, and obviously me in 2027 will look back in this video and be like, you're an idiot, you're an awful operator, what are you talking about? But dude, last year I was so all over the place, and really it's just about keeping it simple, doing what needs to be done and trying to maximize that. Like instead of doing different things or finding new ideas, just do more of what you're already doing. It'll probably work. And it's funny I say this, right, about how we need to be moving faster, we need to be doing this and that, and how can we maximize this? But like we're moving faster than we ever have. Like I look back, when I come to structure these videos, I have an ongoing document of like my recaps from each month, like my lessons from each month. I've done this every single month of the year. Come on here at the end of the month, record how the month went, what I learned, etc. And like certain things that we started this year, I'm just like, that's crazy. That's Like, I didn't even have a full editing team at the beginning of this year. We were barely running at, like, all these different things that are just, like, I just accept them as part of the business now. Not that long ago, we weren't even doing them. So it's funny because, like, it's a good... Sometimes the leading indicators don't feel like leading indicators in the moment. It's like I can objectively look at this stuff and be like, yo, I'm on the right path. I'm doing the right things. But it doesn't feel like that in the day because you become acclimated to the fact that, like, oh, yeah, this is just what we're doing now. What's next? How do we do more of this? I mentioned that I've been listening to Greg LaVecchia, the CEO of Bloom, and he talks about, like, the 6-month rule is, like, every 6 months you should, you know, like, look in the mirror and, like, not recognize yourself, like, not in the sense of, like, physical appearance necessarily, but more just, like, what you do on a day-in and day-out basis. And the company now compared to the company 6 months ago is drastically different, and it's the same thing the previous 6 months and the same thing. Like, as much as I kind of try to, like, remind myself that I'm not doing enough or not doing good enough, or, like, I can look back and respect the changes that have been made and the progress that has been made. I don't want to live in that because then it, you know, makes you complacent. It makes you not want to work as hard. But, like, objectively, yes, we are moving in the right direction. But I'm just impatient and we're not going fast enough. So, whatever. That's that tangent, right? I've been trying to figure out, you know, how can we move faster? How can we do more things? But also understand that it's going to take time regardless. Like, no matter how hard and how fast we work now, I'm not going to turn this into a $15-20 million company this year. It's not going to happen. Maybe next year. I think that's reasonable next year. That would be insane. But there's a world in which it exists because the compounding thing is very, very real, which actually kind of leads me into my next topic, which is you never really know the value of a brand. Like, you can't put a number on the brand. You don't even understand what you're doing until you start seeing results from it. It takes a while to see results. Like, we have 14,000 followers on Instagram. For context, too, about the whole moving fast thing, we founded the business, I would consider, like, the business really started in January of 2024. So 2 years in, right? January of this year, we hit 10K on Instagram. So it took us 2 years to get to 10K. It's May, we're at 14K now. So we're growing at a faster rate than ever on social media. We're going to double the social media this year. And when you do that, like, we've been getting a ton this past month. We've been getting so many, like, inquiries from people, like, just leads and stuff like that. But they're coming in, they're saying, like, oh, like, we love your stuff, or we've been following you guys for so long, like, you're the best. When they reach out to purchase, it's like, and I find that so interesting because these are people that I've, like, never even known existed. And the kind of realization I had was we have thousands of future customers out there that we don't even know it yet. But, like, they know it. They already know it. There are people out there that, like, know when they need what we're selling, they're going to come to us. They're going to reach out to us because they've been following us. But, like, we don't even know that. So that's such a, I don't know, a brand is just, like, such a mystery box of, like, delight. It's just, like, that's a funny way to put it. It's just, like, you're constantly surprised. You're like, oh my God, this person's been following us for so long and they're ready to buy. And then they make a purchase that's way more expensive than you would ever expect because they trust us and they've just been building, like, you know, rapport with our company for so long now that they're willing to put a lot of money on. Like, God, social media is just so good. It's just so good. And that's something I obviously want to continue to focus on. And even our advertisements, I have been way less direct response in our advertisements and more so, like, brand building advertisements, more so education with, like, a soft CTA, because I've just been I talked about this in the last month recap. I've been treating advertising as just a line item. Like, I'm not even looking for ROI necessarily right now. I'm just trying to get more people into our ecosystem to know, like, understand Puck Pro Media so we can warm them up over time, and then when the timing's right, they're ready to purchase it. It's not even a hard sell. So yeah, that's kind of lesson number 2. You never know. Like, dude, post on social media every day, build an intentional brand, which I still, like, I'm still so hard on. Like, I just think we can be doing so many things so much better. I have a lot of stuff that I want to change with the brand. I think we're moving in the right direction, not as quickly as I would want to, and not as obvious as I want to. We're trying to make moves to be a differentiator in the space, and I think we're getting there. Some of the concepts are coming good, you know. I just need our guys to think out of the box and whatever. I'm just being a picky founder. I mentioned that I went on vacation, right? Okay, so that was fun, I guess. Family vacation, and I wasn't sure that I even wanted to go on it because that's just like the concept of leaving my computer. Well, I brought my computer with me. I didn't actually I worked on vacation, obviously, but like leaving my routine of like 12-hour days to go sit on a beach, I was just like, fuck, that's gonna suck. But I was like, I should just do it. I haven't gone away with family in a while, so I did it, right? And I was like, I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to give people more responsibility, to kind of give myself time like outside of the business to reflect and just really see how things go. And honestly, like, my business ran itself. I really just need to, I'm just a manager in that sense. Like, when I'm away, like, everything was still perfectly fine. I just needed to kind of assign people what to do, and then it got done. Like, I didn't really need to work. It was more just overseeing work, which is crazy because there's probably been no other time in my life where I've been able to do that, where I've been able to, like, go away and the business not only, like, sustain but also grow. So that was cool. It was a cool realization. It also got me really excited to, like, come home and work. Like, separating myself from my routine made me want it back even more and want to execute even harder and even better. So it's good. You kind of need to break things up sometimes. I needed a change of scenery. Like, I'm going to be honest, guys. Like, I live the most fucking monotonous life ever right now. Probably the past year, to be honest. I have just lived the same life every single day. Like, sure, there are mildly different things I'm working on each day, but it's the same routine. I wake up, I work all day. I go to the gym. I come home. I work more. I go to sleep. There's not been much variance from that in the past year. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's kind of what it takes. But it was good to get out of that for a second. And I really liked, actually, like, working somewhere else. Like, just the environment, like the scenery. It was like a tropical place. We went to Curacao. Like a tropical type of island, right? I'd wake up early, go out, work with the sunrise, with the beach in the background, the palm trees, the breeze. Like, it was just nice. But I was like, I kind of got to get the fuck out of New Jersey. I'm not going to lie. It reminded me why I got into business in the first place. Like, when I was dreaming about, owning my own business and making my own money, it was just like, oh man, like, I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to work from my laptop. Like, that's kind of the dream that everyone gets into. And then you get into business and you just get slapped with reality. It's like, that's not how it goes. And, like, sure, you can do that. There are businesses that want to do that. This is another tangent. I'm going to get off a tangent here. I think you can be balanced in business depending on how big you want to build something. Like, if you want to make like 30, 50, even 100K a month, like, you could probably go do that alone with a very high leverage opportunity vehicle and work from your laptop while you travel. If you're trying to build a 9-figure company, you're not going to be, fucking walking around the Swiss Alps with your dick out. That's a bad picture. You know what I'm saying? Fucking off, traveling, having fun, right? You're not gonna be doing that. So, but at the end of the day, right? Circling back here, let's circle back. Let's make a note to follow up on that. Okay, the Swiss Alps thing was, I don't know where I got that from, but I wanted to get into business for the first place so I could see the world, so I could travel, so I could enjoy myself. And it's kind of got me thinking. Like, I've been playing around with the fact of traveling more on my own because I actually really liked working in a different spot. Like, it sounds silly. It's like I was there and I was still doing the same things that I was doing. Like, I was still working, but it was just nice to work not in this room. I've been working in this room for 3 years and I'm kind of sick of it, to be honest. I'm sick of living the same life every single day. But you have to accept that the monotony is part of building something big. But also, there are things you can do about that. So, like, I've been battling with the fact about, like, maybe I kind of, like, stretch myself and force to level up, whether that's moving or traveling and living in different places. But I'm also trying to, like, intentionally save for what I really want. So I'm bouncing around that because, like, yeah, I have the money. Like, I could move out and go, like, rent a place right now, but, like, where am I gonna rent a place? Like, is it anywhere I would want to live? Not really. I really want to live down the shore by the beach in New Jersey. At least I think. We'll see when I live down there. But that's like you're not getting a house for, like, less than $1 million. So I've already done the math. Like, I need to be doing, like, $20K per month take home for the next, like, 10 months for down payment and then mortgage payments and then whatever. I've been thinking about that, which we actually did make, like, close to 20K net profit this month, but I'm not going to pay myself all that because I'm not a fucking idiot. Who cares about my lifestyle? So now I'm rambling. I have seriously thought about, though, changing my environment. And maybe that's even just, like, what if I go, like, Airbnb hopping for, like, summer and just work from... I could do that. Like, my business doesn't tie me down to one spot. Whatever. Just a thought. It's been something I've been playing around with. So I would say overall, though, the travel was a net positive, despite the fact that I was so scared about doing it and so stressed. I think I really got a lot of it. I think my body's, like, cortisol probably just, like... I just chilled, bro. I just chilled. It was good to be away. I slept really well too. A lot of weird things that were actually nice about being away. So it makes me think, like, do I really love New Jersey that much? Or at least the part of New Jersey I'm in? Like, no. But it's also where I'm at, and it's nice. I have food, I have a home, and it's great because I can just stack my bread and reinvest all of the profit back in the business. But it's like, maybe I don't want to do that. So we'll see. It's something that's crossed the mind. It's something I'm pondering. That was 20 minutes straight of just talking. Three main points. Honestly, the one point was just a middle point. Like the brand thing, I talked about that for legitimately 2 seconds. But yeah, that's kind of how my May went. And like I said, I'm getting blown up by my employees right now. I gotta go answer people. So that's it. I hope you liked this. I kind of just rambled. I'm not even going to talk about, like, what I want to do in June because, as we outlined, I don't set good goals. I think we need to do 60 in June. I think that's reasonable. 2K per day. I think that's reasonable. But we'll see. We got to do more. I have to go make some more ads. I have to order a mic online because I always lose my mics. That's it. Happy Sunday, May 31st, 9:46 a.m. Let's get after it.